Hey guys, so today we have two esteemed guests in our Revolution Watch Bar. We have the chairman of Gerald Charles, Franco Ziviani. How are you, sir?
Perfect, thank you. It's a pleasure.
And of course, we have Federico Ziviani, the CEO of Gerald Charles. How are you, man?
Hi, Constant. Good to see you.
We are very happy to have them. It's been almost a year, right, guys? It's almost a year since
Yes, we were
you last
sitting
been...
on this table almost 1 year ago. First time that we came to Singapore.
Yes.
And since then...
Oh, so that was your first time in Singapore?
Yes.
Last
For
year?
myself, yes. Franco came here
of course.
since the AP times.
Franco is the OG, you know, OG in the
Exactly.
watch industry, yeah. Because 2025 is actually Gerald Charles' 25th year anniversary.
And it's also your anniversary, I believe.
Yes, it is Revolution's 20th anniversary as well. Plug in, all right? so why are you celebrating? You know, this is the 25th year. It's a huge milestone, right?
Yes.
So 25 years, man. It's been a while. It's been a while.
2025 is an important year because 2025 is a round year. 25th anniversary of Gerald Charles and also my 30th anniversary on the 2nd of August.
You're 30 this year.
I'm 29 now.
Okay.
Double
I don't talk about my age.
No, you're young. You're forever 18. You're forever 20. Forever 20. You know, it's the 25th year anniversary, and so what are your plans for this year?
So 25th anniversary is very important year because it's a quarter of a century.
It is.
It looks like it's still young in the watchmaking industry when some brands started in the 18th century. But we have actually much more than these 25 years because the legacy of our founder, Gerald Charles Genta, that was also a personal friend of Franco since the 80s, adds up to the legacy of the brand. So what we carry is all this package of creativity from the last 11 years, from 2000 to 2011, of the Picasso of watches that worked almost exclusively for Gerald Charles. And he had a very personal bond with the brand. That's why he chose to give his first two names, Gerald and Charles, to the dial of his last brand, after having sold, of course, the Gerald Genta brand, which he founded previously. And this year is a year of reflection. It's a year where we go back. After we went so far, we expanded so fast since I joined the company in 2019.
You did, yeah.
We grew a lot.
Yeah.
This year, we go back to the museum, we go back to the archives, we go back to study our origins. And I have on the wrist one of our original pieces that Genta made when he was alive.
Wow. Okay.
This is 20 years old.
20 years old.
We have already our vintage.
This is actually it has a jumping effect, right? So
Yes.
it is actually a jumping hour instead of a sliding hour.
Exactly.
We open the three numbers to keep the balance with the smile at 6 o'clock.
I
to have
see.
the same opening, same smile.
I see. Oh, okay.
This movement is a historical movement that we patented 20 years ago. So it starts jumping from the -10. While the new movement that we developed, the new instant jumping hour, which is an upgrade, it jumps instantly in 1 second.
I see. So we have one of them over there. We're going to talk about it.
Yeah.
Right. So it all derives from a piece from 20 years ago, basically. That's amazing, man. So Watches and Wonders 2025 is tomorrow. So what do you have for us?
So this anniversary, we are at Watches and Wonders in the Pala Expo with a booth, but we're also in the city with our beautiful atelier,
Okay.
which is the only space in Geneva in the center, next to the Four Seasons. On the top floor, where you have Antiquorum, top floor.
Okay. I know which building.
Yes.
Got it. Yeah.
Top floor, opposite Christie's in the
Yeah.
city center, and it's under the roofs because watchmaking was created under the roofs. You know, in
Yeah.
the winters when the farmers couldn't farm in Switzerland, they went to do watchmaking under the roofs where the biggest
Yeah.
light.
That's right. Yeah.
And we go back to the origin, and we have a watchmaking workshop where we make high complications and also bespoke. Bespoke pieces
okay.
for some important clients can access. We have the museum, and we have the lounge where we have dinner, lunches, and sea
see.
watches with the collectors. And today was the inauguration of the museum with all the pieces.
Amazing.
Yes.
So I invite everybody to come, take an appointment, come and visit
Amazing.
the new museum, which is permanent. And also, if somebody comes to the booths in Watches and Wonders, can see some of the novelties, such as For who doesn't know, it's important to say that this Maestro case was originally designed by Gerald Genta himself.
Yes, that's right.
And is one of his last creations. And we are reinterpreting this case in a much more modern, dynamic, and sportier version. So you can compare the new one with the historical one that he made.
Definitely.
Here you have, for example, was a bigger size, 42. Now it's 39. It was platinum, very heavy, 300 grams. Titanium is like 40 grams.
Wow.
Super thin, 8 millimeters.
That's amazing, 8 millimeters.
8 millimeters, comfortable, with the new Velcro strap.
Yeah, talk to me a little bit more about the Velcro strap, because I understand that this Velcro strap was really difficult to produce, and I think you had like almost 25 prototypes just on the strap itself.
This is the first Velcro strap that we make in 25 years. And why Velcro? Because it's very practical. Gerald Charles is all about versatility.
Yeah.
And this strap took 25 iterations because three things. Number one is made by hand with the hand stitching tradition of leather straps. But it is, number two, fully waterproof because it's a rubber. But you will
This
see.
is rubber?
Yes.
Really?
Really?
That was the problem that we wanted to resolve, no? You know, when I joined Gerald Charles, after having been grown in the AP space, because my father, he founded Audemars Piguet in Italy, and, and
Yes,
did
A
a
lot
lot.
of things.
And I learned a lot about watches. I always wanted to make like the perfect watch to me.
Okay.
And they say I like elegant watches, but with leather, I go swim, I have to take it off. It's
Yeah,
not,
that's right, yeah.
not luxury for me when you have to take off something and put it back. It's too much headache. So I say we're gonna make the first fully rubber Velcro strap, and we developed it in-house and made it in Geneva, and is super comfortable because we studied the sizes very well. You know, because normal strap, you have many holes, so it's very easy to size it.
Yeah.
But with this one, and make it wearable by my wrist, your wrist, and somebody else's wrist is very difficult. Look on your wrist.
Yeah.
Very comfortable. Huh?
It is okay. I gotta say one thing that I have a couple of watches that comes with either stock Velcro straps and also third-party Velcro straps. One of the best ones on my wrist because it actually is quite snug. The problem with Velcro straps is normally when I pull, I want to make it snug and
It's
tight.
rigid.
It's like this.
Yes,
So tell me about the process of making this amazing looking dial.
So we did the three courts, the blue court, hard court,
Yes.
the Roland Garros court, let's
Yes,
say the
that's
clay
right.
court,
Yeah.
and the Wimbledon inspired court, so the green. They went sold out. It was incredible.
Amazing. Congratulations.
Went sold out.
Yeah.
No, congratulations to the collector that supported us. And,
Sure.
And here we say what we miss, the tennis ball that you can wear on every court.
That's amazing, man. I mean, when you talk about tennis, the first thing you think about is the ball, but end up you go with the courts first and then now the ball, which is honestly, Federico, this is a great execution of a tribute to the tennis ball.
And the texture of the dial, as you were saying, takes inspiration from the uneven surface of the ball. You know, it's very broad.
Yeah, that's right.
So this dial has a micro hammering on the base plate, then you apply some powder and you cook it in the oven. So you create this natural fume dial because of the hotter temperature on the outer rim.
Amazing.
And then you apply some transparent paint on the top to keep everything together. And this is what gives you this uneven texture that you can see it, how deep it is. That's why it's only 200 pieces
I see.
limited, but this year we cannot make 200 because it takes too long. So
Definitely,
it will be over
yeah.
2 years probably minimum.
Oh, I see. Oh, that's amazing.
And somebody said that the yellow is very bright, maybe for every day, and maybe I agree. But we have also the black Velcro strap, or the white Velcro strap, or the gray Velcro strap.
Yeah, straps is not the big problem. You can always change it. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, but it's nice to have a signature Velcro color just for this piece. And I also understand that you have a improvement in the movement as well, right?
Yes,
Do
absolutely.
you want to talk about that?
It's our anniversary,
Of course.
meaning that we constantly update our proprietary calibers, and in this case with the 25th anniversary rotor.
That's amazing.
Let me
Can I
show
take
you.
a look at that?
It's a special logo that we designed.
really?
Exactly.
Yeah,
and
it's
only
amazing.
for this year. So the novelties of this year
I have a
at
this.
25th.
That's
And
great,
then
man.
it's finished. So the tennis ball watches we make this year with 25th. Next year, no more 25th.
So this is your baby, right, Franco?
I am the ambassador of Gerald Charles
So
Genta.
tell us a little bit more about this about the mastering basically.
When I see the design of these pieces, that is a design that arrived from unique pieces that Gerald made for Gerald Charles, unique pieces for the Sarawak
Royalty?
2007, I remember.
2007, yeah.
2007. And he made fantastic pieces with the diamonds, etc. But when Federico showed me the possibility to make that in steel with this bracelet, that integrate bracelet, that is the first integrated bracelet designed from Gerald. Very comfortable, etc. I see, personally, for me that will be a success because I have two brothers. Because Gerald designed two very important masterpieces for important brands.
Yeah.
And I have in my collection these pieces.
I see.
Yeah, and if when I see the three pieces, one closer to the other, say, it's a little brother.
Nice. Yeah. So this is the youngest brother of
Younger brother.
the integrated bracelet
It's
family.
the younger
by the
brother.
Gerald Charles.
Dial is fantastic because this dial is a Italian style. You know in the suite the gessato, Italian gessato.
Ah, you know the suits.
Exactly.
Striped suit.
Ah,
That's-
okay. Why do you want to use that suit design on the dial of the Masterlink?
This was the inspiration from the Code de Genève
I see.
that you can see on the back, on the movement, and on the dial, on the front. And this is the Swiss part. And then the Italian part, because Genta was half Italian.
I see.
Genta was originally from Italian heritage, from Piedmont. Genta is an
Interesting.
Italian surname.
I didn't know that.
And then he moved to Geneva. And so the Geneva stripes is the Swiss part. And the Italian pinstripe suit
Is the
is the
signature of
Italian
Italians. Okay.
gentleman.
I got
but
it.
in the end, the design is the same, pinstriped.
I see. Okay, that's really interesting. So you have both of Mr. Genta's heritage of the front and the back. So
Yes.
Code de Genève as represents his Swiss watch endeavors, and then his bloodline as Italian at the front with the suit line on the
Exactly.
dial. Talking about the piece unique with the integrated bracelet made for the Sarawak royalty, we do have a real render, a drawing, right? That was drawn by Mr. Gerald Genta.
Yes, this is the
Yes.
drawing. I brought the replica for you.
Oh wow, look at that. Dude, look at this.
45 carats of stones and set. Back in the
crazy.
days. But the most complex part about this watch that is unique, and once again Genta innovated before everybody else, is the first asymmetric bracelet.
That's
that I
right. So this is the true inspiration of the Masterlink, right?
Exactly.
Because of the interesting bracelet design that was made for this piece unique.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know at what price we sold this watch?
Wow,
Guess.
must be some heavenly amount. I would say that it's more than $1 million,
Yeah, 1.2 million Swiss franc in 2007.
which is like $2 million today.
Yeah.
The reason why this Masterlink is on my wrist, right? It's really a watch that really surprised me. It surprised me last year in terms of design, but when I see it in person today, it surprised me even more because of two things, right? So the first is just the comfort of the watch itself, right? I own many integrated bracelet watches from your ex, the Audemars Piguet Royal Oak. I do have that. I do have the Bulgari Octo Finissimo. So I do own watches that are kind of bulky and kind of ultra thin.
Yeah.
But I like that this watch itself, it's really much more comfortable than any integrated bracelet I actually ever worn. And that is a fact. That is something that I really got to tell you and to congratulate you guys on this.
Thank you.
Because other than having the asymmetrical design of the case, which is unique, I really go into the comfort and the legibility of an integrated sports cheap watch. And the thing that I would say is that this watch features something that I have never thought it exists, and it is a hidden deployment release in the bracelet design seamlessly. So basically what I meant is that, let me just compare with my Bulgari Octo Finissimo. So when I do have the bracelet like this and without any buckle deployment release, it's normally a friction buckle.
Yeah.
So you pull, and by friction, it will hold or it will release, right? Depending on friction. I tried to do this with this watch because I didn't know. And I realized that I couldn't pull it out. So I was struggling. And then Federico told me that, hey, actually this watch has release system and it's here. You see I would say 2 sets of hidden pushes.
Yeah.
All right. So basically, you can see that gap here. So you can actually press it. And when you press it, it releases like that. So it's seamless, right? So the release system is on the bracelet, but it is really something that is really surprising. I have never seen this, and I don't understand why most big brands don't do it. But of course now it's too late. You have patented this, right?
Exactly.
You have patented this design.
Innovation is very important
It is
for me.
very, very
I really
amazing.
love products. I'm a watch collector, first of all. And I tried to learn since I was very young, experiencing what I liked about other brands, what I think could have been improved, and I try to put all these learning lessons into the Gerald Charles watch. And these butterfly pushers that came out all the time, and when I bend my wrist, I'm very active. So I bend my wrist, they scratch me, they don't look aesthetically. So we just made the last 4 pushers, the last 4 links, pushable. It was a very simple solution, but nobody made it ever.
Like it's so easy, and it's the best thing about it is it makes the design so seamless. As beautiful as the hidden buckle, you do have hidden screws as well. All of the screws are within the inner part of the bracelet, and that got me thinking, like, how do you actually take out the bracelet? Because it's so intricate and it's hidden and it's at an angle where it's a bit weird, right? It's not straightforward.
Yeah, you're not the first person to ask this question. That's why I called my marketing team 1 week after releasing this. I said, we gotta make a tutorial, a video tutorial how to screw and screw, and it's now currently on YouTube, available for everybody. Once you know it's not for everybody.
Yeah. I will say one thing, Federico, that I love that you don't have a date.
Yes. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Thank you for saying so.
I love that you don't have a date because one of the issues I have with design is a lot of watch brands don't do symmetrical design, and because of the date. The date is the one that actually ruins it. Some brands make it better with a 6 o'clock date, some make it better with a 12 o'clock date, but honestly, the best is no date.
Yes.
Just clean, everything is seamless, it flows like one piece, and without the date, it doesn't break the design. And I like that the seamlessness of the bracelet goes up, joining the lines of the Italian suit design without going to the next part of the watch.
Exactly. It flows. You have a very good eye because this is what we wanted with a designer.
I mean, I've been saying a lot of praises for this watch, but it really is a great watch.
It's nice that you said that it flows very seamlessly because with our design team, the inspiration from the Sarawak edition to this was a bullet train.
You see?
A Japanese bullet train that goes very fast. And interestingly enough, this is bestseller in Japan, and there is currently waiting list for this watch.
That's amazing. I think it's streamlined is the word. It's a very nice, continuous design, and it's thin, it's refined. I really like this watch. I really like this watch. You did a great job being ambassador of this Master Link. And finally, we want to go into a piece that was also launched last year at Mavericks of Time, which is a special collaboration between Gerald Charles and Ducati. So this is the Gerald Charles Maestro, the Ducati limited edition, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It was a great honor for us to be chosen by Ducati a few years ago to make this watch in celebration of our 2 maestros.
Tell me a little bit more about that.
I met the Ducati CEO, Mr. Domenicali, and they wanted to know more about the brand because they wanted a watch brand to celebrate the 30th anniversary of the Ducati 916, the very iconic motorbike that you see in the movie Matrix is jumping on the track.
So that is a Ducati 916.
Yes.
Interesting.
And he wanted a brand that really made a development for them and not just apply the Ducati logo. And that we were in for it. So our engineers and Ducati engineers, they worked together for over 1 year. We used the Ducati materials, the carbon, ceramic, and titanium.
Given by Ducati.
Yes. And the time display. Time display is not obvious because you look at it, you think, okay, it's a time-only watch. No?
Yeah, but it's a sliding hour, and a running minute. So it's like, okay, cool. But it's not.
It's not.
It's not.
It's not. So first, when we went to Ducati, we said, which movement do we choose? We wanted a movement that could show motion, like the motion of a wheel. We said, should we do tourbillon? It was one option. but then we say our archives and Gerald Genta designs are classic for jumping hour.
Yes.
And jumping hour doesn't get today enough understanding, I think. We need to do a big work to make jumping hour more known.
Okay.
And we said we will use a jumping hour to show the turning of the whole wheel. And here the entire wheel and the entire dial jumps. It's a collector's piece. It's not for everybody to understand, but for me, it's one of my favorite. For sure, we keep it in my collection at the prototype. I keep it forever because this is a watch that in 20 years, 30 years, will represent some history for sure.
Definitely. Before you let these gentlemen go, I want to ask them something. So last year, Federico told me about the 2030 complications plan. So it's 2025 now, right? So last year they come up with a new complication. So what's this year?
It's a remaster, I can tell you now,
Okay.
because tomorrow is Watches and Wonders presentation. It's the remaster of the vintage sliding hour with a new upgrade and the different materials with upgraded complication in it.
You hear it here first on Revolution. Right, and for those guys that are interested in the new novelties of Gerald Charles, so the tennis ball is just one of them, but there is also a new novelty, right? That is going to be launching in Watches and Wonders. I want to thank these guys once again. Franco, thank you very much. Always
Thank
good to
you.
see you, sir. Right, Forever 20. And Federico,
Nonsense.
always a pleasure.
For me, thank you.
Right, I'll see you guys next time.
Ciao.